Hi everyone, this is Kona, and I'm going to go through what to expect for week 5. So, week 5 information, I'll obviously add the video here below. You've got your study resources, you've got 3 different notes pages, then you've got all the different things to read and review, and then there are 3 videos, this one just hasn't loaded yet, that help talk you through the notes and what you need to make sure you need to know. As for assignments for this week, we start with discussion 5, when statistical data is misused. And for that one, basically we'd like to believe that the research we read in articles is accurate, but what happens when it's not? For this discussion, you'll be reviewing some different situations when the research wasn't accurate and discussing what could have been done to prevent it. So here are your resources. For your initial post, just review these and pick one situation. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. You've got 4 different things here, 4 different possible situations, scenarios. You pick one of these 4 and then discuss the following. And you can feel free to look up additional information about the case or the situation you picked. Just make sure to reference it. So state the situation you picked. Say which one of these 4 you picked and briefly summarize what happened. And then using the information you learned about and discussing 4, recognizing bad statistics, or some of the other discussions like misleading graphs, pie charts, what do you think could have been done to avoid what happened in this situation, and just kind of explain what could have been done. For your follow-up discussion, discuss what others have written about and what others found, and if you agree, disagree with their analysis of how these situations could have been avoided. So there's your discussion 5. The next thing is Chapter 2, Quiz 2. For this one, you're going to read the different types of variables, review the hypothesis testing. I would definitely watch over here. Oh, sorry, week 5. I would definitely go through the claim and response variable video. I would definitely review this video before doing this quiz. Let's see, we don't need that one anymore. So the next thing was Chapter 2, Quiz 3. Answer this quiz after reviewing the material, the video, and the notes over Section 2.5 and the central limit theorem. For that one, I would strongly recommend not doing that quiz until you've reviewed, obviously, this stuff above, but definitely this video on the normal distribution notes and the calculating error notes. So that's for the Chapter 2, Quiz 3. Let's see what's next. Project 1, Part 4. Alright, so after participating in discussion 5, when statistical data is misused, write up, in full sentence paragraph format, a summary of your findings from the previous part of the project. So Project 1, Part 3. So this should include a summary of your findings by comparing and contrasting the credibility and or validity of the statistical claim you picked in Part 1 with the other statistical references you found in Part 2. So basically what you're doing, if this doesn't make sense, is you're going to take what you've learned about misusing data and all the different ways people can kind of mess around with data and not use it correctly, and you're going to take that information that you've learned and then take that original claim and compare it with the other information, so the summary of your findings for all of those different other pieces. So let's see. So make sure to use the statistical terms and references that you provided of the information you've learned about so far in the course. You should have at least 1 to 2 paragraphs for this part of the final project, and the assignment needs to be in a Microsoft Office format. So do you think the statistical claim you picked in Part 1 seems accurate or is misleading? This is based on your comparison to the resources from Step 2. Did you originally believe your claim, or were you doubtful of it? Is there any information that could have been included with your sources that would have made them more or less credible? Will this project change how you view and think about real-world statistical claims you see in the future? So these are things that you can write about, but the biggest thing is you are just comparing and contrasting your first claim with your other 3 claims, which is also why your other 3 claims needed to be similar to your original claim. Otherwise, it wouldn't make much sense to compare and contrast them. So that is the Project 1, Part 4, and the other one is your optional rough draft. So this is totally optional. You do not need to complete the rough draft. There are no points. What you gain from doing the rough draft is feedback from the instructor prior to submission of your final project. Rough drafts will not be accepted after the due date. The reason for this is that I want to make sure I have enough time to review and give you plenty of feedback. And if you submit after October 2nd, I can't guarantee that I will be able to provide you enough feedback that would actually make it worth your while. So for this rough draft, write up all 4 parts of the project in full sentence paragraph, make corrections based on feedback from your peers and instructor, including references where appropriate. Do not plagiarize. Reference things in APA style, and here's an approximation for how long each part of your write-up should be. So part 1 and 2 should be about 1 to 2 paragraphs total, not for each step. Part 3 is 4 paragraphs minimum, at least 1 paragraph for your original claim and for each of the references. And then part 4 is 1 to 2 paragraphs. So you're looking at, well, if we go low, it would be 1, so 1 plus 5 plus 5, so you've got 4, 5, 6 paragraphs. If you went high, it would be 2, 6, 8. It would be 8 paragraphs. So between 6 and 8 paragraphs for your paper should be submitted as a .doc.docx, so Microsoft Office, and review the rubric at the bottom of Project 1 information before you submit this draft. I would also strongly recommend, because you're probably like, well, what do I include for part 1, 3? Well, for this, here you go. Here is all of the information, part 1, part 2, 3, 4, and this kind of explains everything you're writing out. But if you have questions, please let me know. Otherwise, oh, you know what, and it says this is due Sunday, October 2nd. You know what, I'm wondering if this is a typo. Okay, so I'm sorry, where it says this is due October 2nd. You know what, I'm just going to edit it really quick. And I'm sorry. So I apologize. It's not October 2nd. Originally it was October 2nd, but then I realized I had to flip it. September 26th. Okay. September 26th, right? Yep, September 26th. Okay. So I just went ahead and updated that. So when you guys see it, it will be correct. But it is September 26th, so rough drafts won't be accepted after the 26th. But otherwise, I think that... so there's everything. Here's all of your assignments for this week. Remember, this one is optional, so you don't have to do it. It's not worth any points, but it could help you. So I hope all of this helped, and let me know if you have questions.